Loss of canopy cover is increasing at an alarming rate, and the lack of concrete data for canopy cover in protected areas is ridiculous. Canopy cover has proven itself to be a multi-purpose ecological indicator, useful in assessing things such as forest floor microclimates and light conditions within the forest. The quantifications of canopy cover provide the basic data needed for modeling services such as air pollution mitigation and carbon sequestration. And the data of average canopy cover provides valuable insights into natural resources and the effectiveness of management plans.
The objectives of this research are to provide a spatial analysis of how canopy cover has varied over a 13-year time span in the GOGA land holdings within Marin, San Francisco, and San Mateo counties in California. By comparing data sets from this time span, the research will formulate concrete conclusions of increases and decreases in canopy cover within these regions. This analysis will also indicate if the change of management policy in 2010 has been effective. Our research questions are: 1. Are the GOGA protected areas in California's Marin, San Francisco, and San Mateo counties conducive to increases in canopy cover over time? And 2. Are the policies outlined in the 2010 General Management Plan more effective than those outlined in the 1980 General Management Plan? The data we used for this project was the National Park Service's GOGA PUA SDA dataset provided by GCell and the Canopy Cover series provided by the Landfire database. These were the ideal datasets for us to use in this study because they allowed for a comparison across time as well as across different sections of the GOGA holdings for any one time period. In order to make these comparisons, however, we needed to join the raster canopy cover data with the GOGA shapefile and show average canopy cover acreage within each parcel. We did this by modifying the GOGA data to include an empty field for each of the years of canopy cover data. Then we input this modified GOGA PUA layer and one of the years of canopy cover data into the zonal statistics as table function. This was used to summarize the average acres of canopy cover within each parcel, and added the resulting mean field to the attribute table of each dataset, allowing the data to be joined by this field. We then used the calculate field function to populate the field previously added for that year of canopy cover with the average canopy cover, and deleted the extra mean field. This was repeated for each year of canopy cover data.
These results were obtained through a year-by-year analysis of average canopy cover for each of the 60 test sites. Between 2001 and 2008, there was an average increase in canopy cover in 52% of the GOGA locations. The observed increases seemed unrealistically high and overall pretty suspicious, so after additional research, it was determined that the occurrence could have been a result of the completion of the Natural Resource Challenge, which resulted in significant funding increases for the National Park Services. The National Park Services then funded a multitude of restoration projects across the nation, including multiple projects within the GOGA areas. In 2010, there was an average canopy cover decline in 70% of the GOGA areas. The significant drop in average canopy cover was most likely a result of the decline and failure of the restoration projects. The only thing significant about average canopy cover between 2010 and 2012 was how boring it was to analyze. However, between 2012 and 2014, there was an observed increase in average canopy cover for 12% of the GOGA locations. Over the 13-year time span, from 2001 to 2014, the average canopy cover increased in 10% of the GOGA locations and decreased in 22% of the GOGA locations. This statistic, along with the other results, supports the conclusion that GOGA areas are not conducive to increase in canopy cover over time. Due to the thresholds outlined in this research, we were able to conclude that the 2010 management plan has not been as effective as the previous management plan, which was implemented in 1980. But a more accurate calculation of the efficiency of these plans could be determined through a study with a larger time series and more comparable data that analyzes a broader range of variables.